I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
The harder I want to hit you.
I'm happy because of being here today. Fuck you.
Come on, you want me to drive? You're supposed to be suicidal, remember? I'll
Anybody
drive.
a drive?
Get in the car.
Fucking shit. Fuck me in the fucking ass. Fuck you, you fucking stupid cunt.
So, guys, you wanna know why I have the boxing gloves on? Because I just had to go do punch the bag in my gym, in my kitchen gym, the boxing bag I have, for a few minutes. Because after doing this, alright, set these down. Before I get started with a lot of yelling, I need to have some water first, because alright, one more. And I need a lot for this. Because today is the fucking day. We're starting some public domain shit reviews. And what better way to start off is with one of the two Steamboat Willie horror films. And get ready. The one we're doing is the Mousetrap. Yeah, Mickey's Mousetrap. Our first public domain horror film to be reviewed on this channel. And this day was dreaded to come when I would have to do this. This day has finally come and I've been dreading it. So the plot of this one is basically two teenagers. Yeah, two teenagers that clearly seem like they're dollar store actors from high school, who are stuck working at an amusement park arcade that literally looks like Dave & Buster's. Or actually, no, even more, also looks like the Cineplex Rec Room. Literally, you might as well call this a discount Dave & Buster's. Then Alex receives a surprise visit from her friends on her 21st birthday. Yeah, 21st. This girl looks like she's in high school. A dollar store actress from high school. And their night of fun turns into a fight for survival when some killer that's dressed up as Mickey Mouse, yeah, taking inspo from Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, aka Winnie the Pooh, shit that's runny. This killer can actually, what's more, this killer apparently can fucking teleport. With no explained reason. And sounds like a shitty dollar store ghost face. It crashes the party. So that's my reaction. So, I'll tuck in his fucking chair closer. This is one of 3 planned public domain movies we are reviewing. This is the first of 3 of these rants. And let me get this straight, guys. Public domain is not creative. Public domain is fucking bullshit. Basically, the concept of public domain is a certain company will lose the rights to a beloved children's character. So now these random fucking hacks that clearly never made movies in their life, can't come up with anything creative or lazy, are deciding, well, they don't have the rights to these characters anymore, so now we're going to turn these guys into horror killers. And that started with Winnie the Pooh. And apparently was minorly successful enough to start the trend, despite that everybody hated that movie's ass, including me. And the only reason it was successful is because they overcharged the tickets for it. That's why. So if anyone who wanted to even think about even seeing that had to pay extra. Clearly so they could start doing more of the shit. Then they got Winnie the Pooh, shit that's running too. And they're not humans dressed up, but they look even worse. They look just as shitty. And ever since then, we've been getting shitty stuff. Like, we had Bambi the Reckoning. We even had the people behind the Terrifier films get involved in public domain by making a Steamboat Willie horror film, another one, called Screamboat. And wasted David Howard Thornton in that, and wasted him in the Mean One. Because we're a waste of talent. And that's one of the ones we're reviewing even, is the Mean One. We had 3 fucking Popeye horror films. We're getting a Pooh-niverse, a Pooh cinematic universe, with more characters, like Peter Pan, or the Little Mermaid now. I think they even want to give the Turtles public domain all of a sudden, I think. I think they even want to give it to the Turtles, I think I read. And now, of course, we have 2 of these. We're reviewing one of this, and the Mousetrap, and they're thinking about doing a similar thing, starting a Mousetrap universe. Whoever the fuck came up with this idea is an idiot. Whoever came up with public domain should be fired from Hollyweird forever. Whoever idiot came up with this idea. Oh, and now guess what? Now we're getting a Pinocchio one, and we're going to waste Robert Englund and cast him as Jiminy Cricket. Just fucking stop. No more. Time to stop. No more of this shit. No more. Yeah, I'm that mad I threw my hat on the ground. I had to throw my hat on the ground because I'm this pissed from watching this boring fucking movie. But pretty much a Mickey Mouse that's probably the dumbest slasher killer I've ever seen in my life. How was this made? So, it was January 2024. So, first animated Mickey short, Steamboat Willie, entered public domain on the sad side in the US and Canada. The day the copyright lapsed, and it was called Mickey's Mousetrap, and revealed to the public its first trailer, and several other works. Some icky-themed independent horror game, even. Apparently the director, named Jamie Bailey, thought they wanted to have fun with this. With Steamboat's Willie's Mickey murdering people. It's ridiculous. And they ran with it and they had fun doing it. Why? You had fun doing this? Yeah, had fun ruining Mickey Mouse short. Is what you probably had fun doing. I suppose I'm surprised there are not more projects. For good reason there's not. And they don't refer to the villain as Mickey Mouse, because it's very clear what it's supposed to be. So it got changed to the Mousetrap. It was originally going to be Mickey's Mousetrap. And of course, though Disney still does retain rights to the depiction of the character from their franchise, it avoids any changes to its design from later appearances. And they changed the title to the Mousetrap. And it was going to be worldwide released in March 2024, but it had several delays. Then it got released on demand in the United States on August 6th, and then literally 7 days later, on Blu-ray. My Gravitas Ventures. You know, I hope that studio shuts down. I wish it would. And it's predictable, it got negative reviews from critics. Good. Got 2.4 on IMDb. Good. This should get 0 on IMDb, actually. It shouldn't get anything. And apparently we're getting a sequel called The Mousetrap. Welcome to the Mickeyverse. Because we need a cinema, because nowadays, every public domain needs a cinematic fucking universe. These movies are the new Uwe Boll. Imagine Uwe Boll movies, except not made by one guy. Imagine it being Uwe Boll movies made by several gazillion fucking people. That's who. You think, like, seriously, I don't know how the world they were able to successfully overcharge people for Blood and Honey's tickets back in 2023, despite the vicious bad reviews it got. You think they wouldn't proceed with this crap? No. Of course. Of course. No, public domain people, you're not creative. You're lazy. That's who. Just like this movie's lazy. Here are all the epic bad qualities in a story. So now we live in a world where old classics become public domain now. Now every fucking thing is public domain now. Anyone can make a movie of them and turn them into horror killers. What's next? Are YouTube channels going to become public domain? Are they going to decide to do that and make them killers next? While they're at it. Hope not. Like, this movie and all the other public domains are proof that there are people who should not be making fucking movies. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey was shit. The mean one was shit. Popeye, all the other Popeye films were shit. Apparently the sequel is better. I don't give a shit. The sequel still also looks shit. Too. So I don't care. This is one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. This is as bad as Uwe fucking Boll. The cinematography looks like dog crap. The camera work looks like dog crap. The quality looks like dog crap. The lighting is dog crap. Everything in this film is dog crap. Even the acting is the biggest pile of dog crap. The whole acting was horrible. All of these actors looked like dollar store high school rejects. With this worst dialogue, the script does not help. These guys don't look scared at all. These guys don't look like they're scared for their lives. And a lazy ending. To take the idea of being stuck in an arcade with a serial killer and make it a shitty concept with the poor writing of the script and the acting accompanied. So how do we start off this movie? We literally start off the movie with this whole Star Wars text. Style text that says, we tried to go to Disney. Disney wants nothing to do with us. But we insisted, although they still don't like us. We still have respect for Disney. But Disney still wants nothing to do with us. This whole crawl goes on for 3 minutes. Straight! Then after that, we get this boring scene, like most of the film, is this non-linear, boring police investigation where they're interrogating some random goth who, when they interview this goth who's a survivor of a massacre at an arcade, she's like, so this is what you know about this. Yeah, whatever. This is what she's like. That's what she sounds like, people. The sister Joe like, I was happy about this, whatever, That's literally half her acting. And the cops' acting are shit. They act like we just tell us all about this. They act like they're so gangster and cool. They act like they're fucking gangsters. And so because she's reluctant, and because she thinks you're all gonna be killed if I tell you what happened. And then he begins to explain what happened. So we get to the past, so we meet our two lead characters. These two high school reject girls who work at an arcade. That looks like a dollar store looks like a dollar store West Edmonton Mall. Like Dave & Buster's. Except elements of West Edmonton Mall, and throw that and just call that your version of Dave & Buster's. Or Cineplex Rec Room. Basically. And they're trying to... And these kids are being bratty and rude. And one little girl calls one of them bitch. And apparently this movie wants that to be funny. And then the boss comes in, and you get a boring scene where they're all like, okay, I need you girls to stay 3 more hours and take the late shift because we booked last minute. And I want you all to clean the slushie machine. And I want you to clean this and that. And hey, get off your phone. I need you to act like you care about your job. Like, everybody sucks at acting. Nobody in this movie can fucking act. This scene goes on for 5 bloody boring fucking minutes. And of course, then he goes into his private room to watch Steamboat Willie. And then of course, you literally also see some other copies of other cartoon characters, because they're probably planning some other stupid public domain shit with this studio. You see a copy of Woody Woodpecker, because they're probably planning a Woody Woodpecker movie. And the Mickey Mouse mask starts speaking to him. And then Tina Trent actually pours water on one of the wires of the projector, and then he puts the mask on. And this is our first stupid fucking act. This acting is so horrible. Literally you could just get any random person who could pull an acting gig better than any of the actors in this ever could. Without even looking at the script, knowing what the movie was about. Or trying to create the awkwardness between the characters, but it's cringe listening to them, or even watch. No, they pretty much act like they can flirt with each other and say obnoxious dialogue. And it doesn't help that the budget is over $800,000. Hell, this movie looks like it costs less than that. This looks like it costs like $100 to make. Where do they put this money? How the hell is this $800,000? This looks nothing like that. This looks like a fucking YouTube fan film. The kills when they happen, oh yeah, the killer takes like for fucking ever to kill anybody, so anybody could try to escape. Because this killer's an idiot at killing anybody. And the kills are so boring. Like, sometimes the killer will teleport and he'll kill somebody and there's barely any gore. No matter how much he kills them. Some of them are even off screen, and that was boring. Like, this was terrible. This is exactly the problem with public domain. Everybody's problem with public domain. It gives these horrible filmmakers an attempt to think they can make movies. You know what this reminds me of? Also, not just Uwe Boll films. This reminds me of 8 Films to Die For. It reminds me of those, where they always lied about the advertising, where it was a festival about horror movies being too graphic for the public, and guess what? Almost none of the movies even were. All the movies were just shit sci-fi channel-made movies that you could watch on Sci-Fi Channel anytime. These exactly remind me of those. And hey, hell, you know what? Even some of those films are better directed than any of these public domain movies, including this are. So, here's the whole idea. You take Mickey Mouse, and you take a Five Nights at Freddy's concept, and you go along with it. You throw that all in one. You flush it down, and you make this. No, you actually go to a bar. You take those. You on a burger. Serve it to a customer. They eat it. And then they have to go to the bathroom and flush. And then after they're out of the bathroom in the sewer, it gets found. And they decide this is perfect for a movie. That's what this feels. That's exactly that. Yeah, sometimes bad movies can be fun. But make sure you do it in a way that actually feels fun while it's still a bad film. Not boring as shit. Like, this is supposed to be 80 minutes and this feels longer. This feels way too slow and long. I've seen 80-minute movies that go by quicker than this. So, Janice sneaks out of the arcade, lie about going on a date, or something like that. And one's like, and one of them also looks like a dollar store Amanda Seyfried. And then the other one's like, you're gonna come back? Yeah, I'll come back. Yeah, she's not gonna come back. So one of them just goofs off and plays some of the games. And meanwhile, Alex witnesses Tim wearing the Mickey mask and chains up one of the exits. So she attempts to flee, but then of course, she ends up seeing her friends. It turns out the booking was actually arranged the whole time to throw a party. To throw her birthday party. That's why they're staying late. The whole entire time. Wow. And these friends are obnoxious. These friends are boring characters. I could just slap a kill me note on there, like a kick, like when you go to school and you put kick me on some students. Just write that. Put that on all these characters. There you go. These are characters you want to put a note like that on. So then the party gets in full swing, and then one of them gathers everyone's phones in a bag and leaves them on a counter. So you already have one guy who's a big fucking idiot. Yeah, I'll take all the phones, and they're all gonna go on the counter. So you just set up everybody to die. Wow. And so two of them, hey, you want to go to the jungle gym to go bang each other? Okay, let's go to the jungle gym to do that. Wow, how's that a great idea? Great idea. It's like, because one of them works there, it's not like that one of them could get fired. It's not like that. Of course. The next morning, then our dollar store Mickey killer, who looks like garbage, sounds like a garbage ghost face from the dollar store, from Dollarama. Yeah, probably Ghostface sell knockoff merch you'd find at Dollarama. And it would probably cost like 50 cents because no one would buy it. And then it appears and attacks with a knife, and apparently doesn't try to kill any of them. Makes no effort, and it can teleport all over the place. For some weird reason, somehow has superpowers. And then the rest of the group reunite. Oh no, the exits are changed shut. Our phones are stolen. Wow, who could have seen that coming? Yeah, give me your phones. We're going to put them in the bag. We're going to put them on the counter. Yeah, a safe place to put all your phones. Why you didn't just leave your phones in your fucking pockets? You guys set yourselves up to die the minute you had a chance. But they decide, we're going to split up and we're going to go look for two that are missing. I don't care what their names are. I'm not mentioning their stupid names. One of them encounters the Mickey. And she sees he can teleport, but apparently is such a pussy, he gets scared off by flashlights. Because he's such a pussy and an idiot. No killer would be scared of fucking flashlights. Yeah, I'm surprised, like, we don't have Jason teleporting places and being scared because a light got turned on. Or Freddy Krueger suddenly deciding to cry and be a bedwetter over lights turning on. Or Chucky doing that either. You have such poor production values, cheap looking costumes. This Mickey Mouse looks so cheap. Just like the Winnie the Pooh costumes, even the sex sequel costumes looked cheap. And the opening credits sequence, which is like 2 minutes of a stupid fucking Star Wars thing, because get it, people? Star Wars owned by Disney, and this short was owned by Disney and it went public domain. Remember that? That's why. And it's boring. And apparently it's supposed to be fucking funny. The fact that apparently these guys are able to rent out an arcade one of them works at to celebrate a birthday for a girl who does not even look like she's 21. She looks like she's like 14 or something. She gets stuck at the arcade on a late shift, and her friends are going to surprise her. And Masked Killer decides to dress as Mickey Mouse and teleport with powers and play a game that she has to survive. So one of them gets wounded by Mickey, but because this Mickey's an idiot and a moron and a loser, she's able to escape him. She tells two of the other guys or whatever who is surprising one of them with a bunch of sour candies as their birthday present from all over the world. Believes that one of them attacked her, is apparently the Mickey killer because he's nowhere to be found, and then discovers the lights and phone lines are down before all three of them find the corpses of the other two. And then one of them activates the fire alarm of the arcade to alert emergency. They try to even call the cops. At one point, when they wanted to just call in the cops, then one of the guys is like the whole phone emergency thing. One guy's like, we should call the cops. Didn't I just mention the phone emergency? So wow. These guys have like such an IQ of 0 to think the obvious. But remember, guys, the phone lines are obviously down, and you guys foolishly threw your phones behind the counter where anybody could probably steal them. Yeah. What was even the point of putting them in your bag? I mean, it's not like you guys are going to lose your phones playing arcade games and drinking and going to a jungle gym that you guys are too old for. That's for like toddlers. But then Mickey kills a few of them, teleports to the laser tag area, slits one of their ankles. Oh yeah, one point, actually sees when I'm sleeping on this roller coaster, and then activates the roller coaster a few times. And then when he begs to stop, Mickey Killer apparently shuts the ride off and lets him walk off. And just scares him off. Instead of kill him. Yeah, this is why we might as well have a Nightmare on Elm Street movie where where Freddy can't kill one person and then gets easily defeated by pretty much getting a harpoon and then dragged by a tow truck all the way down, screaming and banging on the road for like 2 hours. Or just, you know what? How about make a whole entire crossover where that's Freddy, Jason, Michael, Chucky, Leatherface, Pinhead, Candyman, all being dragged down by harpoons by a tow truck, dragging on the road going this for 2 whole hours or 3 whole hours. All over the world. So, one of them sees another one of the girls come back to the arcade, but because she's too far away and doesn't even try to use fucking communicating with words, fails to warn her about Mickey, and Mickey is able to teleport with his powers and kill her. And then she finds some other two, interrogating the one they're looking for, and it makes them realize he is innocent the whole time. And then Mickey appears and attacks all of them. But of course, one of them decides to use the flashlight and make this pussy killer scared of a flashlight. And one of them knocks him down with a baseball bat. And then Mickey's able to teleport away, though, before they can finish him off. Like, the whole time, all you have are kids who look like they're high schoolers, being annoying as shit, or being stupid as shit, Clearly don't remember their lines. Don't feel like actors at all. Do nothing at all. Make your killer a loser and a complete moron who can't kill one fucking person. Hardly. Or does it off screen. So what's the point of a slasher? It has nothing to do with Mickey Mouse other than the mask. It literally sounds nothing like Mickey Mouse. It sounds like some dollar store ghost face that works at Dollarama all day and all night. And apparently that can teleport for no explained reason. Death scenes that suck and are not cool whenever they do happen, like barely. It feels like a kind of horror film that anybody else could film better than however the hell they filmed this. Like, I've seen low-budget films that are better shot with a similar budget than this was. Like, back from the 2000s. Half of a lot of lower-budgeted movies feel better shot than this does. There's literally one random scene where a girl has blood on her face, and then there's no blood on her face in the next scene. The same scene, but shot blood is back. They even steal ideas from other horror movies, and it's just sad, and it shows how lazy these people are. To say a film's bad and try to steal another film's ideas, that's just even lazier. Inconsistent movie, plot or no plot, kill scenes are lame, boring film attempt to try to make money off an icon character like every other stupid public domain bullshit is. And guess what? How about you get this hint? Nobody likes the movies you guys do. Not one person. When are you guys gonna learn that? When are you guys gonna stop? And realize that nobody gives a shit about your horror films. Nobody ever has and never will. Give up. And move on. With this crap. It didn't work with Winnie the Pooh, and it isn't work. And the only reason it made money is because people overcharged them. The people that wanted to see it. Made the tickets over expensive. So they could keep making more of this. Despite the fact that when that film came out, it was number one on the worst of 2023 list. On every single list of that year. On number one worst. On every single list. Nearly every one of them. And you guys always keep racking up the worst of the year lists with all of this. And no, I'm not referring to one director. I'm referring to all of them. Every person that has filmed these public domain films. Not just the one directed Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, when even like Cody Leach, who hated that film, then the director, I think, apparently got all mad about that. Despite the fact that everybody hates that film. Not just Cody Leach, shoot, everybody did. And apparently they made peace, but no, I would not make peace if a director got all mad at me because I didn't like their movie. Like, it's called an opinion. And no one wants to see a horror Winnie the Pooh. Even even when Winnie the Pooh's actor, Jim Cummings, explicitly says, I don't want anything to do with this shit. Do not associate me with this crap. Do not put my name on this crap. I want nothing to do with this. That's when you know you screwed up big time. But whenever Blood and Honey gets reviewed, maybe someday, but I don't want to right now. So now we get on with the finale of this. So, as more and more boring interrogation scene happen, survivors realize they can use Mickey's light phobia against them, so they lure him to the jungle gym, the toddler playground, and they activate all the strobe lights, and it disorients Mickey, and they're able to beat him down, but he turns off the lights with telekinesis and teleports away. And then, of course, after this, the detectives decide, you barely sound like you said about the friend's dead, and we don't believe the story, so you're staying in jail. Later! And they stomp away and they leave her in jail. And she's like... And then, of course, you get one more random bit where apparently the Mickey reappears behind one of them and cuts her head off and then disappears. So one of them's just like, I want them and I love them. And it cuts to black. And that's when the credits roll. But you get a post-credit scene where apparently the Mickey arrives and frees the one in jail from her cell. And there's some people he wants her to meet. And she smiles at the Mickey and they walk away. That's when it's over. So basically, yeah. Mickey, our loser Ghostface Mickey, flees after killing 6 people. And of course, 4 of them are left alive, but with trauma. And of course, one of them appears in a framing device with interrogation, and then Stinger sees Mickey approach and free her. Because there's apparently many people he wants her to meet. Oh, let me guess. It's going to be Minnie Mouse. It's going to be Goofy. It's going to be Donald Duck. It's going to be Pete. It's going to be all the other... Daisy Duck. It's going to be Huey, Louie, Dewey. It's going to be fucking everybody that Mickey Mouse went domain. It's going to be all the other Mickey Mouse characters, I bet. Next. Because they want a universe of this! Fuck this bullshit. Because they want a fucking universe. Course. Because now everything needs to be a cinematic universe now. Because now every movie needs to be. Alright. I need some water first. I needed water. Do I have any good qualities? No. Why would I have any good qualities for any of these movies? Why the hell would I praise a single thing about these movies, huh? I have nothing good to say about these. Whenever I reviewed a public domain movie, I don't have a single good quality for them. Barely. Mousetrap, so yeah, Mousetrap is horseshit. Horseshit in the barns. That a farmer probably gave bad expired food to a horse. Then barely bothered to check the expiry date. Was too busy watching TV, slacking off on chores. And as a result, that's what the result was. And I had to spend the whole day cleaning up the barn. Because he was too lazy. Like the other public domain movies. So in the end, Mousetrap, yeah, obviously you can already tell by this review. Beginning of this review is horseshit that is bullshit and should stay bullshit. Anyways, that's it for 1 of 3 of my epic rants for Mousetrap. And if we're going to rank the Mousetrap, here's how I'm going to rank this movie. So overall, yeah, you don't need to watch this because I know you won't even want it regardless. If we're going to rank the Mousetrap, I'm going to give the Mousetrap a -0 out of 10. Finally. That's 1 down. 2 more to go. 2 more of these shits. Well, for now, 2 more. Until I eventually review some more. Which won't be for a while. After I do these 3. Until then, that's gonna be it. I'm ending this mega epic rant. I'm done with this shit now. Thank you all for watching. If you like this and want to see more, and don't forget to subscribe to Don G. Corleone.